Today's idiom is I'm working on it. This simple yet powerful phrase means you are currently busy with a task or project and are making progress towards its completion. It's used when someone asks about the status of something you're responsible for, assuring them that action is being taken. Its origin is quite literal, emerging from general usage around the 19th century. It simply describes the act of being engaged in effort, becoming a universally understood way to convey ongoing commitment and progress. Let's see how I'm working on it is used in everyday conversation with these examples. In our first example, imagine someone asks, "Hey, did you manage to fix the printer yet?" A natural response would be, "Not yet, but I'm working on it." Here, it clearly conveys that the process has started and progress is being made, even if the task isn't complete. For our second example, consider a colleague asking, "How's that new report coming along?" You might reply, "It's taking a bit longer than expected, but I'm definitely working on it." This demonstrates ongoing effort despite challenges. Both scenarios show the idiom reassuring the inquirer that the task is actively being handled, affirming your commitment and productivity.
While I'm working on it indicates ongoing effort. Other phrases offer subtle nuances. I am on it is a more immediate and perhaps slightly more emphatic response, suggesting you've just started or are about to start a task with full focus. It implies swift action. On the other hand, it's in progress is a more formal, objective statement about the status of a task, often used in professional or business contexts, rather than a personal assurance. Choose I am working on it when you want to personally confirm your active engagement and the effort you are dedicating to the task.
To sum up, I am working on it is your go-to phrase to confirm that you are actively engaged in a task and making progress, even if it's not yet finished. This idiom, born from the simple act of describing effort, is incredibly versatile and understood universally. It reassures others that you're committed and on track. So the next time someone asks about a task you're handling, confidently say, "I'm working on it," to show your dedication and keep them updated. Keep practicing these useful phrases. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is she dropped a bombshell. This phrase describes when someone delivers a piece of news that is highly unexpected, shocking, or has a significant impact, often causing a stir. Imagine the sudden, profound effect of an actual bomb, and you get the idea of the emotional or practical impact of such news. The idiom emerged from the destructive power of bombs, becoming a metaphor for a dramatic, surprising announcement. It's a vivid way to describe a truly impactful revelation. Let's see. She dropped a bombshell in action with two examples. Our first example is, at the family dinner, Sarah dropped a bombshell by announcing she was moving to Australia next week. Here, Sarah's news of moving far away, and so suddenly is completely unexpected for her family, causing a significant shock. For our second example, the CEO dropped a bombshell during the press conference, revealing the company's unexpected merger with its biggest rival. In this scenario, the CEO's announcement has huge implications for the business world, surprising everyone with its scale and suddenness. Both examples show how the idiom conveys news that is not just surprising, but profoundly impactful.
While she dropped a bombshell emphasizes shock and significant impact, similar expressions offer nuances. Consider to spring a surprise, which means to surprise someone, but often with something less dramatic or severe, like a surprise party. Another is to drop a startling revelation. This phrase is more formal and highlights revealing astonishing information, often a secret. Bombshell, however, vividly captures the explosive, immediate, and wide-reaching effect of the news itself, suggesting a higher level of impact and disruption.
To recap, she dropped a bombshell means she delivered highly unexpected, shocking, or impactful news. This powerful idiom draws its meaning from the sudden, disruptive force of an actual bomb. It's perfect for describing situations where news creates a significant stir or surprise, whether in personal life or professional settings. Next time you hear about a truly astonishing announcement, you'll know exactly how to describe that bombshell moment. Keep practicing, and you'll master it in no time. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is I was in a quandary. This phrase perfectly describes being stuck in a difficult or perplexing situation where you're unsure which path to take. The word quandary itself, which sounds quite formal, emerged in English in the late 16th century. It likely stems from Latin roots like quando or quantus, literally pointing to a question of when or how much, reflecting a state of indecision or doubt. It's a great way to express feeling truly lost about a choice. Let's see how I was in a quandary can be used in everyday conversation. For our first example, After both job offers arrived simultaneously, I was in a quandary about which one to accept. Here, the speaker is faced with two equally appealing options and struggles to make a choice, perfectly illustrating the idiom. Now consider our second example. The broken washing machine left me in a quandary. Should I repair it or buy a new one? In this scenario, the speaker faces a practical dilemma with significant implications. Both examples show a situation of genuine indecision, whether it's about a career path or a household decision, demonstrating the versatility of this idiom to describe difficult choices.
When you're in a quandary, you might also say you are at a crossroads. This phrase implies a significant decision point, often with life-altering implications, where one must choose a direction. Another similar expression is to be between a rock and a hard place. This idiom suggests a situation where you face two equally undesirable options, making any choice difficult and unpleasant. While in a quandary broadly covers any perplexing situation, at a crossroads emphasizes a pivotal decision, and between a rock and a hard place highlights facing only bad options. Choose the one that best fits the specific nuance of your dilemma.
To wrap up, I was in a quandary is your go-to phrase for describing a state of deep perplexity or indecision. Remember, it emerged from a word with Latin roots, signifying a moment of question or doubt. So, the next time you find yourself genuinely unsure about which path to take or struggling with a tough decision, don't just say, "I don't know what to do." Instead, impress your friends by saying, "I am truly in a quandary." It adds a touch of sophistication and accurately conveys your difficult position. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is keep a lid on it. It means to prevent information from becoming public or to control a situation or emotions. Rooted in the ancient act of covering a pot, it conveys containment. Like a lid holding contents in, this idiom implies keeping something discreetly managed. Here are examples. The company asked employees to keep a lid on the new product launch. This means keeping information secret. He struggled to keep a lid on his anger during the negotiation. Here, it's about controlling strong emotion. The idiom thus conveys both keeping secrets and suppressing feelings effectively.
Similar phrases: keep something under wraps for secrets, like hidden project details. Hold it in for suppressing emotions, such as holding back laughter. Keep a lid on it is versatile for both. Under wraps focuses on information, and hold it in specifically for internal feelings.
In summary, keep a lid on it means controlling or suppressing information or emotions. This idiom stems from covering a pot to contain contents. It vividly illustrates discreet management. Remember, whether for secrets or strong feelings, sometimes it's best to keep a lid on it. Practice using this versatile idiom. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, I pulled an all-nighter. This phrase describes the act of staying awake all night, usually to complete an urgent task like studying for an exam or finishing a work project. Imagine the dedication required to push through an entire night without sleep. Its origins stem from the early 20th century, particularly in academic and professional settings, where people would pull or undertake long shifts or periods of intensive work. It vividly captures the exhaustion and effort involved. Let's look at how I pulled an all-nighter is used in context. Our first example is, I had to pull an all-nighter to finish my research paper before the deadline. Here, the speaker emphasizes the necessity of staying up all night due to an impending deadline for an academic assignment. It highlights the pressure and the effort made. Our second example, after pulling an all-nighter, she was too tired to attend the morning meeting, shows the consequence of staying up all night. It logically follows that a person would be exhausted after such an endeavor, impacting their ability to function normally the next day. Both sentences clearly illustrate the idiom's meaning and common scenarios.
Now, let's explore some similar expressions. Stay up all night is a very direct and literal way to say the same thing, lacking the idiomatic flair of pull an all-nighter. Another excellent alternative is burn the midnight oil. This phrase evokes the image of someone working by lamplight late into the night. While burn the midnight oil implies working or studying late, often for extended periods, pull an all-nighter specifically means the entire night without sleep. You'd typically use pull an all-nighter when referring to a single intensive overnight session.
To recap, I pulled an all-nighter means staying awake all night to accomplish a task. This expressive idiom, rooted in early 20th century work and academic environments, perfectly conveys the intensity and often the exhaustion of such an effort. Remember, while it sounds challenging, using this idiom correctly will significantly enhance your English fluency. So, The next time you or someone you know spends the entire night working or studying, you'll know exactly how to describe it. Keep practicing your idioms. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is he has a heart of gold. This describes a person exceptionally kind, generous, and compassionate. Its origin links to gold's ancient association with purity and preciousness. A heart of gold metaphorically signifies a truly noble and good nature, highlighting intrinsic kindness and benevolence. It perfectly captures profound goodness. Here are examples. John seems gruff but volunteers his time, proving he has a heart of gold. His actions reveal true kindness. Also, despite her limited income, the elderly woman donates to charity. She truly has a heart of gold. These show how genuine kindness defines a heart of gold.
Similar terms are kind-hearted or selfless. Kind-hearted describes a gentle nature. Heart of gold emphasizes profound generosity and compassion, often including actions. Selfless highlights putting others' needs first. Use heart of gold to praise exceptional goodness and deeds.
In summary, he has a heart of gold expresses immense kindness, generosity, and compassion. Remember gold's purity and value. This idiom beautifully acknowledges good-natured individuals. Use it to enrich your vocabulary and recognize remarkable character. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is everything is up in the air. This vivid phrase means that nothing is settled or decided yet, and plans are uncertain or subject to change. Imagine throwing a ball into the air. Until it lands, its final position is unknown. The idiom captures this feeling of suspension and unpredictability. Its origin is quite straightforward, emerging from the 19th century as a general descriptive term. It literally referred to objects physically suspended, and then naturally evolved to describe situations where outcomes were equally undecided, just like something floating without a clear destination. Let's look at how we can use this idiom in everyday conversation. Our first example is, our travel plans for the summer are still up in the air because we haven't booked anything yet. Here, the speaker is conveying that their summer travel is completely undecided, with no solid arrangements made. It perfectly illustrates the feeling of being in limbo. Now consider our second example. The details of the project launch are up in the air, pending final approval from management. In this context, up in the air refers to the specific aspects of the project launch that are not yet finalized. Both examples highlight how the idiom effectively communicates a state of uncertainty or indecision, whether it's personal plans or professional matters, emphasizing that things are still floating, not grounded.
For similar ideas, in a state of flux suggests continuous change and instability, more than just undecided. Example, the market is in a state of flux. Another option, hanging in the balance, carries a more dramatic tone. It implies an outcome is uncertain and critical, like her career is hanging in the balance. While everything is up in the air covers general uncertainty, in a state of flux emphasizes dynamic change, and hanging in the balance highlights crucial, undecided outcomes.
To recap, everything is up in the air effectively describes situations where outcomes are undecided, plans are uncertain, or nothing is finalized. Just like an object thrown upward, its fate is still unconfirmed. This idiom comes from a straightforward literal image, making it easy to remember and visualize. So, the next time you find yourself in a situation without a clear direction, or when plans are still vague, you can confidently say that everything is up in the air. It's a great way to communicate that sense of open-endedness and pending resolution. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is I'm on the fence. This means you are undecided or neutral about a choice, issue, or decision. Imagine literally sitting on a fence. You're not in either field, nor are you fully committed to one side. The origin of this phrase likely stems from the 19th century, where it became a vivid metaphor for someone refusing to commit, often in political or social contexts. It perfectly captures the feeling of wavering between two options. Let's look at how I'm on the fence is used in real sentences. Our first example is, I'm on the fence about whether to take the new job or stay with my current company. Here, the speaker is clearly expressing indecision between two significant career paths. They haven't made a commitment to either option yet. Our second example, the jury was on the fence, struggling to reach a unanimous verdict on the complex case. This illustrates a group's collective inability to decide, with members likely split between different conclusions, unable to lean definitively one way or the other. Both scenarios beautifully capture the essence of being undecided.
When you're on the fence, you're usually actively contemplating a decision. Similar expressions include sitting on the sidelines, which implies observing without participating, possibly out of choice, but not necessarily because of indecision. Undecided is a straightforward synonym, a direct statement of not having made a choice, lacking the visual metaphor of on the fence. You use undecided for a quick, direct answer, while on the fence adds a more descriptive, slightly more active nuance of deliberation.
To wrap up, I'm on the fence is a fantastic idiom for expressing indecision or neutrality. It draws on the vivid image of someone literally balanced on a fence, not having committed to either side. Remember, it's perfect for situations where you're actively deliberating and haven't yet made up your mind. So, the next time you find yourself weighing two options without a clear favorite, you can confidently say, I'm on the fence. Keep practicing these idioms to make your English more natural and expressive. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is my heart skipped a beat. This phrase means you felt a sudden jolt of surprise, fear, or excitement, so strong it seemed your heart paused momentarily. It's a powerful way to describe intense emotional reactions. Its origin lies in universal human physiology, describing a natural bodily response understood figuratively for centuries. Let's see how my heart skipped a beat works. In our first example, when I saw the car swerve, my heart skipped a beat. It captures sudden fear or shock. The second example, his unexpected proposal made my heart skip a beat with joy, shows it also expresses overwhelming excitement. This idiom vividly conveys strong, sudden emotions.
Now, let's explore similar expressions. My jaw dropped describes extreme, visible surprise. I was taken aback also means surprise, but with a sense of being momentarily stunned. While my heart skipped a beat focuses on an internal physical sensation, these alternatives emphasize external reactions or being caught off guard.
To summarize, my heart skipped a beat beautifully describes a sudden, intense emotional response, whether fear, surprise, or joy, so powerful it feels physical. Remember its physiological roots as a universal human experience. Try using it when you want to express profound emotional impact vividly. It adds great drama to your descriptions. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, this is a walk in the park. It means something is very easy, requiring little effort or difficulty. Imagine the peaceful simplicity of a leisurely stroll through a beautiful park. This 20th century idiom conveys that exact feeling of a straightforward, pleasant activity applied to any effortless situation. Let's look at some examples. Don't worry about the exam. It's just a walk in the park if you've studied diligently. This reassures that the exam will be easy. Conversely, learning to code seemed daunting at first, but with practice, it became a walk in the park. This highlights how an initially difficult task can become simple with effort, showing the idiom's descriptive power.
Similar expressions include, it's a piece of cake and it's a breeze. Both convey extreme ease. A piece of cake implies effortless enjoyment. A breeze suggests smooth straightforwardness. While largely interchangeable, a walk in the park emphasizes the pleasant, unstressful nature of a task, highlighting minimal mental strain.
To sum up, this is a walk in the park means a task is exceptionally easy and stress-free. Originating from the simple pleasure of a stroll, it perfectly describes situations requiring minimal effort. Next time you encounter something straightforward, use this idiom confidently. I'll see you next time with another great expression.